How you guys doing out there? I'm Doug Best. Tonight is Friday night. It's about 11:08, and I just want to just get on here and thank a lot of people. But first, I want to just see maybe somebody want to do that money dance. Too short, sing it to the people for me a little bit. Too short. Who want to do that money dance? You guys on the Doug Best show? It's kind of late night here, Friday. And I just want to talk to the people a little bit, everybody out there, and thank them. Too short, we're going to pause you for 1 second. Hi, guys out there. How you doing? I haven't been on air in a while. This is the Doug Best Show, and I'm your friend, Doug. I'm Dougie. I'm your friend. And I just want to just reach out and thank a few people for, we even had a beautiful, beautiful tax season, and we coming to the end. But before we get going, I want to just send my condolences to a few people. I want to say to my friend, he's gone now. Delvin Littlejohn and his family and his daughter came in yesterday, and I could just see she wanted to cry. And my daughter Tanisha says, "Do you need a hug?" She got up and hugged her, and she got her check, and I could see the tears almost in her eyes. And I want to send my condolences to Candace, Delvin Littlejohn, and your whole family. I think he died in the Fresno County Jail. And I don't know what the Pacifics are. And earlier tonight, I was looking at CNN, and they said that George Foreman, you guys remember him, the Thriller in Manila. No, actually, it was a Rumble in the Jungle with him and Muhammad Ali fought. And he's been around since 1968. He died. We want to send our condolences out, and we want to increase the positivity by talking about a few things. I want to thank a few people, a lot of people actually. I want to thank my daughter. I was hoping me and her would do a podcast tonight, but she's a young lady, and she got to go kick it with her friends. I understand. Forgot about you, old daddy, up in here. But that's the beauty about being on the Doug Best show. So if Donald Trump, if he wanted to talk to the world, he'd call CNN or he'd call Fox News or Fox Channel or something like that, and he'd get on there. But this is why I created the Doug Best show, so I could sit down and talk to him. I could talk to the people directly. And the podcast has grown. I got a lot of subscribers. We way over 1,000. And I was talking to my daughter about Stephen A. Smith, and she was saying, "Dad, he's been in the business for 30 years." And I was telling her that I'm gonna make the Doug Best show just that big. But I could see in her mind, she had some doubt. Don't never underestimate your daddy. I remember about 7, 8, 10 years ago, I was telling Pastor Bishop Bernard Hall, I said, "Man, I'm gonna make the best tax office, one of the biggest tax offices in the city of Fresno." And here we are, baby. Same thing with this. In a year or two, I'm gonna walk away from the tax business and I'm gonna transition to the media. I'm telling you. So you guys get an opportunity to see this in the incubator in the infant stage right now. One day, it's gonna be a major, major platform. So if the president Donald Trump come to Fresno, he's gonna come and be on the Doug Best show. Believe me. So I want to thank a few people. I want to thank all the people that allowed us to do your taxes. Me and my senorita, we want to send our sincere thanks and gratitude for everybody. And I know I speak for Miss Renisha Logan, Muhammad as well, and Tashara Lavender. All of us worked on you guys' taxes. And this year, we went through 5 audits. One of them, they knocked me upside my head. I don't know why, but they could find, if a police officer get behind you and follow you for 5 miles, they could find something. But I'm not worried about it. We doing everything that we supposed to do, and we having a few issues with some of the self-employment taxes. But next year, the business will probably get cut way down because I'm gonna cut way back on that self-employment. If the people don't have all of the paperwork that we supposed to have, probably won't do it. But as I think about it and I did the analysis, I think like 72 and a half, 73% of my tax clients have W-2s. That's a lot. So we could survive off of that. So we got 22 and a half, 23% of the people come in with self-employment. Not all of them come in here without the correct paperwork. They have the correct paperwork, but they just don't have the proper paperwork that the IRS asked for. But we'll go back to that in a second. But today I was sitting here and I don't know what word it was. I despondent, was I depressed? Or not depressed. I never get depressed. But lo and behold, the city councilman, the next mayor, I'm sure he can be the mayor if he wanted to be, Mr. Nick Richardson for City Council District 6. And District 6 is, where the rich people at. But City Councilman Nick Richardson, he's a down-to-earth guy, straight shooter. I'll know immediately if he's a bullshit artist. And, you might get called out if you're bullshitting with me because I'm independent. I got my own money, and I don't have to kowtow to nobody. And like everybody, I got to use diplomacy to make everything work. But I want to just say shout out to Big Nick. He came in, he spent a few moments, and the one thing that stood out with me, he said, Doug is doing God's work. And then at first I was thinking about that for a second. Hey, guys, y'all with me, baby. This is a Friday night. It's lonely on the top. I'm in here by myself. My senorita's with her sister. She's flying back to Mexico in a little while, and I'm here by myself. I seen my son and my daughter. We went to lunch, and we was going to go to lunch, but I don't got that much free time, so they went off and they doing what young people do. But back to my main man, Nick Richardson. I'm not saying that, that we friends, but it's a mutual respect there for me and for him. He's a city councilman, and he came from the military and, from wherever he came from, his family upbringing. And me, I came from the mud, but I'm here. But intellectually, I'm here. I'm wherever Elon Musk and the rest of them are at for his intelligence. But I want to just say thanks, Nick. And then what he said today, he says, man, he said Doug is doing God's work. And I was thinking for a second, man, what the hell? How did that apply? I could see how that could apply. Guys, somebody's out there and then you just looking at me. You on the Doug Best Show. It's Friday night. It's 11:15 and I'm talking to you. Somebody's been to the club. Somebody, hitting the blunt. Somebody's sipping on some cognac, doing whatever you're doing, which is beautiful. I don't do drugs. Years ago, I did that. 40 years ago or so. I don't drink. I probably got $20,000 worth of liquor in one of my rooms at home. And here at Best Taxes, it's a lot of liquor in there. My son and my daughters and them drink. I don't drink. But I was just thinking in my mind, I said, man, we help a lot of people here at Best Taxes. We help a lot of people, man. A lot of people. A lot. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. If anybody ever been down there to Best Taxes, we at the end of the tax season. And I quit being on Facebook because I didn't want no more clients because I was getting out of here at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just want to thank everybody. When Nick said, Doug is doing God's work, it don't mean that, if you're doing God's work, that you got to be a preacher or you got to be in the church house. And then first, guys, I want everybody to listen to me. Who's out there listening? This is a podcast, baby. I don't care what the rest of them doing. This is what I'm doing. This is my lane. And somebody asked me, what's the Doug Best Show about? My son, JR, articulated it real well. It's a place to talk about general issues. Pacific if I choose, but I just want to touch the people's heart and let everybody leave here with something. Yeah, so back to God's work. Man, you can never be successful and not have God in your life. Instead, that nigga finna start talking that Jesus talk. Listen to me. Guys, y'all know my story. I don't hide from, I came from the mud, from the streets and all that kind of stuff. And I'm straight now. So being successful, you got to have God somewhere in your life. And I ain't going to dwell on that too much. So thanks, Nick, when you said that. And it caused me to go in the back room and just ponder a little while. And then I said, man, God done gave me the successes that he done gave me for me to share with the people and always do the best that I can. And don't be afraid to give God, I don't know if it's the word is his grace or his reverence or his respect for helping me. So here we are here. We on the Doug Best Show. And I just want to just get on here and just talk to you. I'm going to entertain you sometimes, but sometimes, I just want to get on the airway and just tell everybody the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that you allow best taxes to serve you. And then this week, the last few days, people haven't gotten their checks and people get in a tizzy. Everybody out there, just relax. If you get your check, it's almost 12 o'clock at night. If you get your check, and I see the check in the computer right now, 12 o'clock at night, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you and say, man, come on down. I said, Doug, I can't get there till 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to sit there and wait on you and find something to do. But I made a few notes that, I just want to touch. I want to just touch on, I sent my love and my condolences to George Foreman's family and Mr. Lil John, Delvin Lil John's family. And then I thank Big Nick, City Council, probably future Mayor Nick Richardson for City Council District 6. He came by. He just came by and said, what's going on, Nick? He just says, man, I was in the neighborhood. And, he just stopped and he just looked. And guys, when I look out my window right now, they got a smoke shop over here. I'm going to stay on point. But I guess about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was up in a tizzy. I seen all these crackheads. I thought they was crackheads because, I'm from the crack era. And it's been about 3 weeks ago, and I was saying, man, that smoke shop got to go. And then today when Nick came in here and he said, Doug's doing God work, then I got to thinking. I don't know if some of you guys out there, know my story, but I don't even know if the camera could even see. But I got a sign over there, and it's a picture of me, of Best Taxes. I don't know if can you guys see it? I can't move the camera, but that's Best Taxes. And I remember back in the 80s during the crack epidemic. I hope somebody's out there listening to me. But when I look outside and then I see that store, then I got to thinking, man, who am I to tell somebody else that they can't have a business? If it's a smoke shop or whatever it is. So it's a smoke shop. And I look out there and I see all those people out there. And then today I was looking at them and I seen all those people, and then I got to thinking, back in the 80s when I had Best Taxes, what if, and it was some people trying to shut us down. Les Cameron, he's the city councilman, some more people. They helped us get the place, but we got to be so crazy they wanted to close the place down. But I was looking out there today and I seen all these people. At first I thought they was crackheads, but they got a new drug. I'm so far removed from the drug scene, I didn't even know what this fentanyl stuff is. And man, I'm a street entrepreneur. That's a drug dealer. I'm trying to put it in a nice way. Man, but they got this new drug now. I sit here all day. I'm sitting out there right now. I'm sitting here right now and I can see everything. I got cameras everywhere. This new drug, this fentanyl drug, I see people all day, white people, black people, Asian people, Mexican people. They sit out there and they put this stuff in a little piece of aluminum foil, and some of them got like little pipes. I'm watching them all day. I'm watching them. And sometimes they taking like a little piece of a peel. I'm saying, what the hell is that? And you would think I'm a street guy, I would understand this. That fentanyl stuff is whole nother world, guys. You could hate Trump or you could love Trump, but for him trying to get rid of that, I'm with you 1,000% Trump. Man, I'm from the streets. I'm a product of the welfare, the food stamps, the whole government system growing up. Not now. I'm independent with my own money. But looking at that fentanyl stuff, that is unbelievable how somebody would even want to be that far out of their mind. It's like they get on the drug and the drug make them do like this. I don't know if somebody's out there and listen to me, baby. I'm Doug Best. I've been here my whole life. I don't have to be talking about the streets and getting on street cred and none of that kind of stuff right there. The drug make them like this. Literally, it's almost like when I was coming up in the 80s, they had something called Sherm and Angel Dust and dog food, that's heroin. It's like almost like this drug, this fentanyl drug. It's like a combination of all of them. So now that I'm conscious and starting to be aware, so now I'm talking to the guys across the street. But everything's cool. Just don't come over here. Don't come on this side of the street. And they say, well, my property is right here, but I don't want nobody on this side of the street at all. All the little shot callers over there, I done went over there and told them, we've had a conversation in a way that, street people understand. Don't come over here. Don't come on this side. Don't, even though my neighbors over there, they got their own business. My neighbors to the right and to the left, they got their own business. We ain't calling the police. I'm telling you, don't come over here. So we're not having no problem with that. Oh, my God. But I don't want to just stray. I'm straying maybe a little bit. But as I look out this window, I see that all day long. I initially got on here. I just wanted to just talk about and tell everybody, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for making Best Taxes so successful and allowing me to help so many people. I know I help a lot of people. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. How you helping the people? Because I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you. How you teaching them and you charging them. Because when you come in here, I was telling City Council Nick Richardson today about when I was away and I was in the federal penitentiary, I worked on something called a spreadsheet. That's Excel. I worked on it 5 days a week, 8 hours a day for 10 years. I haven't touched a spreadsheet in so long, but I understand a spreadsheet. So when the average person comes in here, I was explaining this to the auditor just a few weeks ago, and she was complaining about, so where are the spreadsheets? I said, Miss, and the demographics over here, guys, you guys listen to me. I'm teaching you right here, right now. I'm teaching you right now about how this system works. And so the system is not designed, it is designed for the poor people, but the thing is, I was explaining to City Councilman Nick Richardson today, and I was explaining to the tax auditor. That's when she came in here. They come in here to bust my head, but I'm explaining to them that even though these people over here, like just say Mona Montero, she sells burritos and menudos and pozole all the time, and she can barely speak English, but that's her business. So I tell her, Monica, we need a spreadsheet, okay? She's saying, what? I need a papel and con números on there with your numbers. And she's wondering what that is. So I'm trying to explain that to the IRS auditor. It ain't that the people's trying to be slick. They don't know nothing about, in this demographic, I'm black, my senorita's Hispanic. So I'm talking about my people. So I'm not being racist or nothing. I'm talking about the black people. So when I'm explaining everything to the IRS auditor. She don't want to understand it. So, I get a little passionate. So I call her supervisor. And I explain to her that, that they penalizing me for something called due diligence. I'm doing due diligence. It's just that this demographic do not have, they are not abreast to bookkeeping. So some lady came in here with a calendar, and she had wrote her numbers on the calendar, and I stuck it inside the folder. I know that she sells menudo. I buy it all the time. Champurados, I buy it from her all the time. But the auditor is going to try to make me seem like, that I'm incompetent. It's quite to the contrary to that, little mama. Quite to the contrary, because I know I got good intelligence, and I'm not finna make no excuses for being born and raised in poverty and raise myself up to this level where I'm at and helping my people. I'm not finna make no excuses for that. And then I'm not gonna let the IRS auditors come in here and make it seem like we doing something wrong because you braid hair. And that's what you do. You make $200 or $300 a day braiding hair. And so if you don't have the proper paperwork for how they look at it, it means that, Best Taxes is doing something wrong. I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting that because I understand this demographics, and I was explaining to the auditor that I'm not finna let you make me feel like, that I'm committing some kind of crime because I'm doing the taxes for my people. I'm not finna do that. So you could go to River Park out there where Nick Richardson's people are, and then, they might have a bookkeeper and they might have a spreadsheet. They might have an accounting ledger. I understand accounting thoroughly. But the demographics that I serve, you guys, my people out there, all my people, a lot of people that come in here, they don't have the proper paperwork because they don't know how to do the paperwork. They don't have no license. But it don't mean that, that just because you might be Bobby Robinson over there and you a handyman, and everybody in the city know you're a handyman, but he's not going to have no paperwork. So I try to explain that to the auditor, and then we came at an impasse. So, okay, so you want a bunch of money? I'll give you the money, but I'm just going to appeal it. And so, guys, so I'm just getting on here and just explaining that to you guys. So when you come in here and you don't have the proper paperwork, and I'm trying to get you to have the proper paperwork, that's what they trying to make me do, not trying. I got to do whatever they say. Everybody got to follow the rules. Even though I'm explaining it's not a black Mexican issue. It's just an understanding for different people might be in different positions and they may not understand different demographics. For me, I got the capacity to understand all kinds of different demographics because for whatever reason, maybe God endowed me, with a certain degree of understanding and intelligence, and I done had a chance to go all around the world. It's true. So I done seen a whole bunch of things. So I'm on here, you're on the Doug Best Show, and I want to talk about another thing. A lot of people have been coming in there and they talking about Elon Musk. And I guess they call what he's doing, I guess they call it the Doge. So everybody's been seeing on the internet, where they saying that they're going to give the people $5,000 for a stimulus. But listen, guys, that's if Elon Musk could find a way to find the trillions of dollars of surplus that he thinks, which is probably true. There's probably a lot of fat and a lot of waste in the government. It's true. This is just an example, and I'm not talking about nobody. So everybody out there, in this demographics, some people on welfare and getting food stamps and on Section 8 and they playing the games and they getting all that extra money. That's what Trump and them is talking about. I don't know whether Trump is going to be successful or not successful, but all I know, he's the most powerful man in the world. And I know that at this point right here, Elon Musk is saying that, in 2026, if everything turns out the way that they say it's going to turn out, it's going to be 78 million taxpayers that might benefit for the $5,000 stimulus check. But it's not a reality right now. It's just a projection. There's nothing on pencil and paper. There's nothing in the law that says that you're going to get anything for as a stimulus at this point. I just wanted to touch on that. And man, it's such a beautiful thing being here in Best Texas. It's such a beautiful thing to be on the Doug Best Show because I can actually get on this airway right now and talk to thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, and I'll never see them. And some of you out there right now, you might be listening to me right now, and I'll never know it. But this is why I created this situation, because I know what position I am in this life right now, and I know God's been good to me. I know that. Then I'm sharing it with everybody, not necessarily sharing my money. I share money all day long, but what happens is I'm sharing my mind with everybody right now. Who knows? Donald Trump, President Trump, could be listening to me right now. Who knows? The Honorable Mayor Jerry Dyer could be listening to me right now. Who knows? The Honorable Nick Richardson, the City Councilman for District 6, could be listening to me. My kids could be listening to me. My friends, my cousins in St. Louis, Missouri, or who knows who's listening to me right now. So I just want to take this opportunity to tell everybody that I really, really appreciate you. I ain't worried about it. I already know that this is going to be a positive, big platform. The only reason that we haven't exploded and have thousands and thousands and thousands of people is because I haven't been able to devote the time to it. I haven't been on here in a long time, but I bought some new lenses, so if you guys can see how it's wider and it's a little broader. It's a little broader so we could see more. And I'm going to close. I'm going to close. And I just want to tell my daughter, I love you. I'm so proud of you for creating the best human resource consulting company where you were able to come out to Fresno and getting a bunch of money, baby. It's in our genetics. And have some clients here and they pay you thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's so beautiful. Then I want to tell my senorita that I love you and I'm so happy that you be hanging out with me late night in here, but pretty soon we're going to be in Tokyo, Japan, baby. Then we're going to spend a couple of weeks over there. And that's why I stay here and keep my discipline, keep doing this right here at night. It's almost 12 o'clock. It's 11:30, but I stay here because I know one day I'm working hard right now. So soon I could just go and relax for 2 or 3 months traveling around the world. We go to Tokyo, Japan. We go to Mexico. We going to go and hang out with the brothers. And I ain't going to say I'm going to smoke none of that Parker Louis over there in Hawaii. But we going to go to Maui. We going to go to Jamaica. And we going to do a cruise. Maybe a 7 or 8 day cruise. At how and why can we do that? Because I'm putting in the work right now. I'm putting in the work. And so tonight, me and my daughter was supposed to be on here together. But if she don't show up, this is my life. I don't care whatever happens in whatever situation. If I'm in the middle of the ocean and the boat is sinking, I'm going to find a way to be independent and get back to the shores. So that's why I'm here on here tonight by myself. And next week, we got a gentleman. He's like the Fresno Stephen A. Smith. His name's Oscar Williams. He's a basketball guru. He played he played in Europe playing basketball. And then it's going to be Oscar Williams, and we call him Big O. He's got an opinion like Stephen A. Smith, but he respects Stephen A. Smith. And then we're going to have another gentleman on there, my old friend, J.T. Taylor, Jerry Taylor. And I'm not sure whether he's already got the job at Edison High School. He's going to be the head basketball coach for the females. But he went to the state championship. He worked over at Roosevelt High School it's on Tulare and Cedar for like 17 years. Man, a wizard with basketball, a good guy. He cooked oxtails and, oh my God, some cabbage that just melted in our mouth, cornbread, sweet potatoes, and he gave a big helping to me and my senorita, and I love you for that, Jerry Taylor. And I just want to give a shout out to you, man. I know you're going to get the job. Everybody know you're going to get the job. Everybody know you got integrity. You're a man of your word. You're a family man. You do everything right. It's going to be great. He going to bring the championships back over there to the West Side. He just going to be coaching the girls. Okay, guys, I'm Doug. I'm your friend. It's almost 12 o'clock at night. I just want to tell everybody out there that's putting money first in your life. Of course, I got a bunch of money. But then you guys see, I work a lot too. I work a lot. I invest a lot. I'm smart. I study. I got the discipline. I got the integrity. I put God first in everything. But the most important thing I talk about this, me and my senorita talk about this every single day of our life. She's a Mexican. I'm a black guy. And my daughter says that, you can't be a black guy and you're not putting the black family first. Man, there ain't nothing on the planet Earth more powerful in my mind than my family. We don't agree on everything. Me and my kids don't agree on everything. But you can still love a Mexican woman and a Mexican woman could love you because my senorita, it is my medicine. And I'm her medicine. But who knows? Anything could happen today or tomorrow. Life could be gone just like that. And that's how it is with love. something could happen to destroy it. But right now, I'm happy. And then, guys, I just want to leave you with this. So you guys see me on this thing, and then you see me riding around. You see me in the city my whole life. But I'm almost 70 years old, and this is what I done learned. Man, there's nothing more important in this world but just a couple of things. You got to put God in there some kind of way. So this is a street guy talking to you. You don't have to be like Reverend Kreiner over there at St. Roscoe, my cousin, Sharp Jr. But you got to have God in your life, and you got to have some integrity. I tell my son this all the time. And then you got to put in the work. And you got to have some discipline in whatever you do. Y'all on the Doug Best Show, baby. I'm preaching to you a little bit, but sometimes, I'm going to get on here. Sometimes I'm going to get on here, and we might do the money dance. Turn that's too short. We might get on here and entertain you a little bit. But I'm going to close real fast. The most important thing that I done learned in this whole life, you got to be happy. And you can't be happy unless you got somebody with you. So it don't do no good for me, Doug Best, to have all the money. Then my daughter and them come to town or something, and I got the money, but I'm holding on to the money, and then they can't be happy. That's the whole key to this whole life. Put God up in there, baby, and be happy and just enjoy this thing, because life goes away just like that. So all the guys that we've been helping here at Best Taxes, I want to just tell you thank you. And that's why I got on the platform tonight to tell you thank you. I'm Doug Best. I'm your friend. And when I tell you that I'm your friend, I mean that sincerely. And then I hope that my words and my actions meet. My daughter, I was telling them today, and you can't be careful what you say around some people. And my daughter said, you talk all the time too, Daddy. Where you think you got it from? Where do you think you got it from? But I just want to leave something. I just want to add something, some value to your life every time I see you, baby. I'm Dougie. I'm your friend, baby. Let's ride. Booyah. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys real soon. We're going to close him. Thanks.